It's recording, it's
So
recording.
don't mind me in the back.
Yeah. It's getting started. What's up, everybody? It's your boy T. It's your boy Tom. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
See, this is a problem too, you know, because you know how many takes I do when I have to do my Snapchat videos? It's ridiculous.
Just for one of those,
Just for one series of those snaps, sometimes I end up going through 5, 6 takes. Yeah, just to make sure I can get my words out right. Because it's like I know what I want to say, but I just need to figure out the words first, you know?
But now when you have a video, it's just presented nice.
Exactly, yeah. So I could always like edit it out. You know, these are what you could consider the bloopers.
For real.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tom. Right here, my main man Dylan out here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
He was the one who gave me the idea to do these YouTube videos for basketball. So it's only appropriate that in the first video he's appearing in it. So he's also a barber.
I'm also his barber.
Yeah, hit him up, IG Dean Fresh Cuts at Dean Fresh Cuts, and you'll see all the kind of things he has out there. He's been doing this a while. Make sure you check him out.
You see the link below?
Yeah, the link below. I don't know how to put the link. Oh yeah, I gotta put the, what do you call them? The annotations. There you go.
Annotations gonna be flying everywhere.
Exactly, man. So Dylan and his brother Derek, you know, he gave me the idea of doing basketball videos as inspired by the Snap series, my Snap stories that I do about basketball. Yeah, and you know, I love basketball. I'm very passionate about it. I think it's a great sport. I think it's one of the greatest sports, if not the greatest sport out there. I'm really passionate for the teams that, you know, are represented by the NBA, and you know, ultimately, I want to, you know, spread my passion with my friends and, you know, people who decide to watch my videos. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy, you know, like and subscribe.
Stay tuned.
Stay
he has
tuned.
Great content, guys. Exactly.
Yeah, content's on the way. This is only the beginning. I should probably take off my glasses.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be more like a vlog type of thing, because I think I'll do like proper episodes as time goes on, or like in the next. I don't really know. This is the beginning.
This is the beginning.
And we'll just let
2018.
Exactly, the 2018. We'll let the fates take us as they may. You know. I guess the first thing I could talk about is, you know, I guess the first thing to talk about would be, I don't know. I'll probably have to edit this part. The first thing to talk about is, you know, let's make some predictions. You know, who's going to be in the finals. So, sorry, I personally think it's going to be Cavs and Warriors again, part 4, which will be very great. First time in NBA history you have the same two teams going back and forth, or basically the same two teams appearing in the NBA finals for the 4th consecutive time. That, to me, is great, and it shows the greatness of both, you know, LeBron James, because let's be honest, he's really the heart and soul of that Cavs team. Like, without him, that Cavs team goes nowhere. Maybe the playoffs, maybe a low 6, 7, 8 seed, but they don't go anywhere near the finals without LeBron James. And of course, we gotta talk about the Warriors. You know, that on the other hand, the Warriors are a phenomenal team. You know, the upper management, the front office did a great job putting together this team. You know, getting rid of Monte Ellis back in the day, I think it's 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
You know, deciding to roll with Steph Curry, and then from that point, Steph Curry got healthy, got Klay Thompson there, and you know, with the addition of Bogut came in the Ellis trade actually. So basically, they built from the ground up. They made playoff appearances since 2013, even got past the first round in 2013. They lost in 7 games in 2014, you know, to the Clippers. And then 2015, they just bounced right back, you know, with Steve Kerr as the coach, Draymond Green starting at the 4. And then here you have them, the last 3 finals, them winning 2 of them. So that, to me, both teams are very dominant. I can start with, you know, favorite team. So Dylan, your favorite team, you could say it's the Warriors.
It's the Warriors, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
They're my Warriors.
Yeah, so Warriors, he's a Warriors fan. I hope you're not a bandwagoner fan.
No, Of course not. Of course not.
Okay, so we'll put it out there to make sure for everyone. So don't trash Dylan. He's not a bandwagon
I'm not bandwagon.
fan.
I've been there since.
Since when?
You know.
You know what?
Monte.
Till Monte. Okay,
Since Monte. Since all these other greats, man. Like,
oh my! you might be exposing yourself, man.
No, I'm good.
At least his brother's a real Golden State Warriors fan. No, I'm not gonna knock you for it, but I know Derek for sure is a true Warriors fan. So, yes.
Yeah. Kind of exposing me right now. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good, fam.
Hey, no, I'm just saying.
I'm just.
You are. I mean, be honest about it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Dylan, he's a true Warriors fan, and so and his brother Derek too. Me, I guess I'll tell you my story, my dark secrets. I'll expose myself. No. Okay. By no means am I a LeBron stan. So let's get that out the way. I love LeBron as a player, but I'm no means a stan of his. Now, my favorite team, from time was the Miami Heat. And that's not because LeBron went back there, but I'm not gonna lie, like I cared about basketball after, the Miami Heat won the 2006 NBA Finals. Like after that, I just never watched basketball that much again. I didn't really care too much for it until I heard about LeBron. In fact, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even know who LeBron James was until 2010-11. Like, I'm not even lying to you. I was not focused on basketball whatsoever. But when LeBron James came to Miami, and basically I heard all about the kind of player he was, and I was exposed to his play, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this guy is amazing. So immediately my Heat fandom was restored, so to speak. And from that point, I was really rooting for the Heat to win 2011. And it was even great that they went versus Dallas again, because like I said, I watched Miami win in 2006 when Dallas was their opponent. I was pretty mad when the Heat lost to Dallas in Game 6 in Miami. I was just like, that's really bad. Like, not gonna lie, I punched a hole in the wall. Yeah. Like, I was so, yeah. Like, I definitely have a lot of passion for the game. So, you can say, you can never deny my passion for the game.
Exactly.
So, my brother Kristen and my parents will tell a different story because they were not happy I punched that hole. But, I came back and, beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. I was happy again. And then 2013, I nearly got a heart attack when Ray Allen hit that game winner in Game 6. I basically tied the game. And then I was
ecstatic.
I was ecstatic at that point. But I was, I can't hate the Spurs, but did they run through the Heat like nobody else's business in 2014? So, but yeah, going back to my whole idea of where my fandom is at now. See, the thing is, I'm, born in Calgary, in Canada. I should be a Raptors fan, right? But I knew the Raptors were trash. Like, they were bad. Like, I've seen, Andrea Bargnani? I didn't even see him, but, I didn't see him play that often. But what I saw from him, I'm just like, good Lord, the Raptors in a really bad position all these years, man. So, obviously they had Chris Bosh, but I never really cared too much about the Raptors. Like I said, the only real exposure I had to basketball was 2006 with Miami. I just knew about these teams. I found out about them later on after 2010. So I was already a Heat fan, and people would say, "Oh, you're a bandwagon Heat fan." Low key, I am, because I really didn't care that much about basketball for a time.
At that time?
Yeah, at that time. Yeah. But it doesn't matter now. I've grown from there.
It's a different ball game for top shit.
Exactly. If I'm to be honest now, I have embraced the Raptors. I'm now a Raptors fan. I've seen DeMar DeRozan especially develop from 2012-13 into the player he is now. This man dropped 52 points yesterday. Now, the date of this recording is January 2nd, 2018. Yeah, the new year. So, DeMar DeRozan, this nigga straight out of Compton, dropped 52 points versus, who are they facing again? Milwaukee. And, yeah, man, I've seen him basically ascend from, a young player in Toronto's system, just trying to find his way to now he's a legitimate all-star. You know, he's very well pushing superstar boundaries, and that's what the Raptors really need, a superstar. Lowry, he's not there. He's a star, but he's not a superstar. And even like with Lowry, I really learned to respect Lowry's game. Basically, going from a bench player, role player, to an all-star in his 30s. Like, you don't see that often, and therefore, you know, I really embraced the Raptors, you know, in 2014 when they went versus Brooklyn, when Masai Ujiri was like, yeah, fuck Brooklyn. that was awesome, man. And just hyping up everyone in Toronto, and then of course Pierce, you know, breaking everyone's hearts, you know, in Game 7, blocking Lowry, which was low-key a foul, but I'm not going to talk too much about that. Thankfully, LeBron put them back in their place, because I remember, I'll never forget, Pierce said, let me guard LeBron, I think it was in Game 4, because they were getting destroyed, and LeBron like dropped, 40-some points? Something like that, yeah. It was like, Pierce, you ain't that young spry chicken as you used to be, man. Exactly. Like, this is LeBron James hitting his prime, like, nigga, you better sit down.
Quick intermission.
Yes.
How short? What are we doing for this second?
Okay.
Are we doing the same thing we did last time?
Yeah, same thing we have this time. I'm preparing to do the twist.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Yeah,
alright.
On Friday.
Alright.
Yeah. 2015, you know, they got swept by the Wizards again. Freaking Mr. Paul Pierce with his saying, oh yeah, they don't have the it factor. This man. But anyway, I was ecstatic when the Raptors, even though it went to 2 grueling 7-game series for them to get to that point, they got to Eastern Conference Finals to face LeBron. Of course, even from that point, you know, Toronto wasn't really going to do much after that. But yeah, then it took a step back, you know, last year, only reaching the conference semifinals. But again, I can somewhat blame the bracket for that because, you know, again, they faced the Cavs, and we knew the Raptors were not going to beat the Cavs. But I was at least expecting one game. I mean, you know, the Boston Celtics take off one game for the Cavs, but you as the Raptors can't do that. I think the Raptors are better than the Celtics last year. I didn't say that straight. I would say the Raptors are better than the Celtics this year. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of salty Celtics fans. I'm looking at you, Zico and Charlie. Be saying that, okay, well, no, the Celtics are better than the Raptors. But you could really toss it up right now. And especially without Hayward, you know, you guys are not at your peak. So let's just call it as it is. But, yeah, so I stand as a Raptors fan now. I do root for Cleveland because I do not want to see Golden State winning anymore. I'm tired of it, especially since Kevin Durant got there. Now, I'll admit it, I'm somewhat happy for Durant for at least getting one ring. At least he got that monkey off his back. But he kind of took the easy way out, if we're being honest. So, definitely a Raptors fan. I root for them the hardest. Cavs are my second team, OKC, and I'm rooting for Minnesota. So those are the 4 teams I root for the most. So I talked a lot here. So Dylan, you talk about your teams. What do you think about the NBA?
Okay, so back to where you were saying I was a fake writer for Golden State, but I'll admit though, I'm more of a players person.
Okay.
I'll admit I like players more than teams.
Okay.
So there is a lot of players I like on Golden State, which I'm not gonna, lie about that. But yeah, most of those guys are pretty good. You know, I enjoy watching Klay Thompson, Durant. I guess.
Not fake Klay.
Not fake Klay though. No. You don't need no fake Klays and fake.
Yo, I'm done. There's even fake Kobe too, you know.
Fake Kobe, fake Harden.
Yo, where do they find these men? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know where they find these guys, but I agree with what Thompson's saying for what's going to happen in the finals. It's going to be, again, top 4 teams that we usually see. It'll be Spurs, Golden State, Cavs, and, I guess we might see a different team this year. It might be
in
the East, yeah. We might see
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's probably up there as well.
Wizards maybe?
Wizards.
Yeah.
I'm not
if they can get their act together.
If they get it out. I don't see Oklahoma being there at all.
Yeah, that's one of the...
No hate at all, but it's falling apart, man.
Yo, actually...
Because of, what's his his name, Melo. Melo is actually killing their system right now.
Yeah, and later on I'm gonna do like the great Melo debate at one point. I'll make that something special later on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there that do not like Melo at all. They think he's a cancer to the team. They think he's a terrible teammate. But the thing about it is, a lot of NBA players have a lot of respect for Melo, because you gotta understand, not like he's by no means LeBron James, but similar to LeBron James, similar to Dwayne Wade. You know, he's been in the NBA. He was the same draft class. He's been in the NBA this is his 15th year, and he's amassed a lot of wealth, and he's a solid veteran in the league. Is his style of play, does it cater to very well to teams to this style of NBA? No, not really, but put in the right system with the right pieces, he should be able to prosper. That's my view on Melo. But I guess you can continue. I initially put gold OKC. Let me get back to it. I'll let Dylan finish, and I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna let you finish. But Carmelo Anthony's the best player in the world. No, I'm totally joking. Don't. That's not true.
No.
Don't come at me, LeBron fanboys. I like LeBron too. I'm definitely not Skip Bayless. Oh, I didn't drop his name. Sorry. Or Rob Parker. Whoa! What am I doing? I'm sorry. I'm dropping too many names. No, Stephen A. He's kind of like. It just depends on the day you catch him. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going for him as hard as like Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright though. Like.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, go ahead as you were saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict it right now.
Yeah.
Warriors gonna win it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No hate.
Okay. All right.
No hate, you guys. See what happens, but
How many games?
I'll say 4.
A sweep?
Sweep. No, I'm just kidding.
Like my friend Rash is saying, you must be mad.
No, I'll say probably 6.
6? Okay, that's reasonable.
6, yeah.
I'm going to say Cleveland in 6 or 7, because
they might force it to 7 because they want tickets. They want to sell tickets. They want to make.
By the way, we don't work in the NBA front office. These are just jokes. Don't come at us, NBA.
Actually, NBA.
Yeah, just like Aisha Curry was talking about how they rigged the game in 2016. Why am I dropping all these names? Why am I calling out people like this? And again, these are just jokes. Don't come for my neck. It's entertainment. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Derek's opinion too. So Derek's
in fact, Derek. He's a solid basketball mind. I'm hoping to get my brother Kristen on. He's definitely. Here's the one thing about Kristen. I gotta tell you. 95% of his predictions are right. It's scary. It's scary how well he predicts these things. But I think it's because he's very intuitive. You'll find that me and Kristen will definitely be polar opposites. He's legitimately very realistic when it comes to things in life and basketball. And on the other hand, I tend to be a little more on the idealistic, positive side. Or I guess you could just say more so just emotional. I'm very emotional when it comes to these games. If I really root for someone, I really want to see them do well. If they fail, it's like it's like a shot in my heart. So
pretty much.
Yeah, man.
What's everyone wilding out about right now?
I think wilding out. I think the refs are terrible.
Oh yeah.
Again,
the refing. Yeah.
Don't sue me, okay? These are just opinions, but
very real opinions.
But listen, I saw some of these refs, man, and the kind of calls they're making. Okay, I'll just say it right now, because like I said, today's January 2nd, 2018. I've been watching, just before I came here to get my haircut, I've been watching the Portland Cavs game. And the amount of foul calls that went uncalled against LeBron was ridiculous. It was completely terrible. Like, it was asinine how badly, how bad these calls were, how badly these calls were not made. And you see the frustration on LeBron's face. Now, we've seen LeBron embellish calls before. We've seen, him get the superstar treatment. So it's happened. Maybe you could say it's karma, what goes around comes around. But let's be honest, it's a regular season game versus the Blazers. Who gives it? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, now, all of a sudden the refs think they have power. You got Kane Fitzgerald about a month ago ejecting LeBron as if he's like the biggest sheriff on the court. Like, come on, man. And then the egregious call versus, I'm sure Dylan, you'll appreciate this, the egregious call that went uncalled against Durant in the Golden State Cleveland Christmas game.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous how, because in any circle, that's a foul. But the thing is, LeBron is so strong, it doesn't matter to him. He can finish through it. But a foul is still a foul. And sometimes when you get, even if you're strong, it may not affect you completely. It's still going to affect you to a point where you're not going to be able to hit the shot. So, yeah. That's to me. That's what guided me wild. The rest.
Guys, listen.
Yes.
There was a big flop for LeBron in that game. You guys seen that flop?
Which one? You talking about the play before?
The play before that, yeah.
He embellished it, but he kind of got pushed in the back by Durant, though.
A little bit, but more likely, like, he flopped on that play.
Yeah.
He overreacted on that.
Yeah, he did. I'll give him that. But
He did, okay.
still, like, come on. So what has got you wilding out these days, Dylan, about the NBA?
Well,
Oh, Lord. In fact, we have not heard from Lavar Ball for a long time. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Maybe Lavar is sick now. Because
do you want to talk about his thing that he's starting right now?
What is he starting? Oh.
Starting that league thing that he said?
Man.
So for people that don't have to go to college.
Can I say I don't really care? I mean, it's not a bad idea, I guess, because you want people to be able to make money playing ball if they're not able to go to college, or instead of as alternatively, or the alternative to going overseas.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah, it's a nice thought, but at the end of the day, that's a lot of funding. That's a lot of money that has to go into, to be like, stuff like that you gotta have to think about. So, it's a good idea, maybe later down the line, but you gotta argue with basketball leagues, because you already have the NBA, obviously, that's going to be the big thing. The big three, Ice Cube's league, of course, there's that too. And of course, Euroball has its place and has its following too. So, where is LeVar Ball's, I guess the Big Baller League, I suppose. I don't know if that's what it's called, but...
Big Baller League, that's what it's actually called.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
No, stop.
I think it is, that's what it's called.
So, Big Baller brand sponsoring the Big Baller League, then. BBL, there you go. That's great ideas. I think he's a great businessman in terms of how he's promoting. You can't deny he's promoting himself.
He's a genius with promotion.
Exactly, but at the same time, it's like, come on now, like sometimes he needs to calm down just a little.
Extra with this, So it's like you're a little too extra.
Exactly, man. But let's talk about someone who's actually playing. His son Lonzo. He's starting to put it together, and I think Lakers definitely have a future. If you
think about it, man, I think they'll be good in a couple of years.
Yeah.
They give it like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. 2-3 years, they'll definitely make noise in the playoffs. Right now, they're still young and they're soft to develop.
And they're still doing a lot of mistakes. So.
Yes.
You see that thing that they were doing earlier? Like, they had to, all of them got benched. The starters got benched.
Jesus.
Because they didn't score in the first 14 points.
When is this?
I think it was today, earlier or something like that? Or
Jesus.
It just happened recently.
That's pretty bad. Lakers, they still have to put it together. Even Philly has to put it together because they started out hot, but they've cooled way down. And in fact, you can say a lot of it is because, as my dad always likes to say, Embiid doesn't practice with the team, so what do you expect? But at the same time, he doesn't always play enough. He doesn't play back-to-backs. He doesn't play extremely long minutes, or if he does, you basically not going to see him for another 2-3 games. He has to hibernate, essentially. But there's a noticeable drop-off in that team.
100%.
And even though Ben Simmons is still great, you can see that the team's
struggling a little bit without
exactly, and it's really hard for. And I feel like they're making a lot of mistakes too. So, and this is why in the Christmas game I picked. Oh yeah, let me even talk about it. I'll get to that where I went 0-5 in my predictions for Christmas Day. I was so annoyed. It was sad. But at the same time I was happy obviously for OKC winning. But I didn't expect them to win because up to this point they've been tragic. They've been essentially trash, Well, I shouldn't say trash because I am rooting for them.
You can say trash. No, you can say trash.
I know I can't say trash because I've been rooting for them, so I can't. It shows against everything I've said.
Bad look right now.
No, because I'll table that. I'm gonna table that conversation because we're gonna talk about playoff seedings where we expect where we see the teams are, you know.
You've probably seen this.
Hello. If you guys see this right here, Cleveland. I don't even know if you can see that, but Cleveland just beat Portland 127 to 110. Hey, let's get it. Has it really been that long since I've been here? How long is the video?
7:24 right now.
I'm gonna talk about playoff seedings in a bit and the standings because I want to see the current standings. You know, you gotta get that NBA app out here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this is a tablet. It's not a phone for all the Android people. It's like, oh, it's so big. Is that a phone? Yes, I can hold it up to my ears.
Yeah,
yes, okay.
hold it by your ear, yeah.
No, it's a tablet. All right. You know, Apple's overrated, right?
I'm not even gonna, you know, go against that.
Yeah, slandering Apple, overtly, but we have to end
But you do have some hate towards it. So.
I mean, I don't hate Apple. Yeah, I don't like Apple. I'm not gonna lie. Apple, it's just too. They're just too different for no reason. Like, I want to be able to make a function on a Apple product that to me would be so much simpler on an Android or a Windows product. It's just like, why is it different? It doesn't need to be different. It's too complicated, man. Like, let's transition into playoff seedings where we expect to see these teams come playoff time. Right now, the seedings are as follows, and I'm probably gonna put them in maybe in a box somewhere. I'll see as I end. Yeah.
Annotation.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be the annotation. Probably just in like the video itself. As we so far, 1 is Boston, 2 is Toronto, 3 is Cleveland, 4 is Detroit, 5 is Washington, 6 is Milwaukee, 7 is Miami, and 5 is Indiana. I mean 8. Did I say 5? Why did I say 5? I don't know why I did that. Don't get it. Someone help me. Expect Cleveland to take the first seed. Would you agree?
Yeah. I'll give it to them.
Yeah, I'll give them Cleveland the first seed. Second seed.
That's like me saying LeBron is the best player in the world, but Curry's a game changer.
What? In comparison to the seed?
No. I'm just saying, like, I guess.
Okay, no, I mean, I get
context,
that.
but it's just.
You just figured to say that.
Yeah.
Warriors fans, in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
But we'll be able to make up the 4-game gap between Boston and Cleveland. Between Cleveland and Boston, they'll be able to make up that gap. Because Boston will eventually start losing some games, if we're going to be honest. They're not going to hold this for long. I mean, at one point,
they're just on a run right now.
Exactly. Grind is great, but at one point, you're going to get tired. And at one point, it's going to come down to Kyrie having to really lead this team. Because the one thing that has annoyed me to the highest heavens, or maybe not annoyed, but has kind of disturbed me, is how much praise we're giving Kyrie for Boston's success. Now, he's a major part of it, but let's not get it twisted that he is the reason why they're successful. You got people like Skip Bayless talking about how he's like the MVP or he's in the same category as LeBron. Boy, if you don't get out of here with that.
Hey, it's the man himself.
It's a man. It's okay. It's recording. No, come on in, man. You know. He's the other man behind the suggestions, man. Yes.
Warriors.
Yeah, man. Warriors. It's okay. He's a true Warriors fan. We'll allow that.
Give him that.
We can't have degenerate Warriors fans out here, you know. But Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. And the thing is, some people dog Al Horford, but really, he's not a superstar. You might not even say he's a star at this moment, but the kind of stuff he's doing, he's literally the driving force of this team. He rebounds, he assists, he scores, he blocks, he steals, he defends. He basically is the jack of all trades, master of some. You know, he is what you need him to be for the night. And of course, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown have grown into their own as well. So, but let's not act like Kyrie is the reason why the Boston Celtics, Kyrie for MVP and stuff. I mean, you could have said that earlier in the year, but come on. Kyrie doesn't have to do what LeBron has to do. If Kyrie had to do what LeBron had to do, well, it'd be back in 2013, okay? With the Caps. So it would be us. So yeah. The second and the third seed interchangeable. I think Boston has made up enough ground. Obviously there's less ground between Boston and Toronto than Boston and Cleveland. But my thing is the consistency of the Raptors, because let's talk about that. I see you snickering in the background there, Derek. I mean,
listen.
Okay, as I said on Snapchat earlier today, we got to give Coach Casey a lot of credit, because what he's done for the Raptors organization, you know, from the beginning when he became the coach to even now, changing the system and making it more free-flowing with more assists, more threes, more player and ball movement. I think it's amazing how he's done that. You know, especially Masai Ujiri giving him another chance to be able to, you know, stay there and continue to coach the players, obviously with the coaching staff as well. I think it's amazing what he's done and basically transformed the Raptors system such that they are basically in a very good position. This is the best they've done in terms of their starting record, I think maybe in franchise history. I'm not too sure. I have to go back and check. But yeah, between, let's see, Boston and Toronto, we could just give them either or seed, doesn't matter to me. We talk about the 4 seed right now. Detroit is there. I honestly don't expect them to stay there. I don't trust Detroit enough. I think Washington's going to take that 4 seed, and I think they're going to be, because I've always expected Cleveland, Toronto, Boston, and Washington to be the top 4 seeds. After those teams between Detroit and Philadelphia, there's only a 3.5 game difference. Any one of these teams could juggle and jockey for position, but if I was going to say who's going to make the playoffs, I do expect Philadelphia to be in there. I don't know. I don't trust Detroit to stay in that position. Detroit out, Philadelphia in. Those will be my seeds. We'll go from 4, I'll say Washington, 5 Milwaukee, 6 Miami, 7 Indy, and 8 Philadelphia.
I think about DeRozan.
DeRozan, man, that boy from Compton, 52 points, man.
I think it's a little late, but you know.
A little late? What do you mean by that?
I thought you had.
Why don't you get the shot and say that?
I thought you wouldn't. I thought you did that earlier.
Oh, you mean get to 52?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I thought you would get to 50 like
long time ago?
Year, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So right now I'm just like, you're like. You're kind of late for that.
You saw Valanciunas held up the 52, held up the writing of 52 behind him.
TV?
Yeah.
Keep that, man. Take that out, man.
No, that's not an L. That's not something.
I'll take Clay 60, but.
Okay, but it's Clay. I mean, we were not gonna. Okay.
I was just comparing between the 2 shooting guards and situation. But
oh no, that's true.
You were versing Giannis, so I guess
yeah. Because when did Clay drop those 60 points?
When?
Yeah, when? No, I mean not like last year, but versus team. Which team?
60 and 3/4 versus Indiana.
Indiana was struggling.
But in 3/4.
It's true. You're right. But I mean, again, Clay's game and DeRozan's game are 2 different games. Yeah.
Different.
I mean, Clay doesn't have to do what DeRozan has to do.
I'm only being like that just because, you know,
you gotta be like
I'm the Warriors.
But the Raptors, Derek.
But I don't think they're contenders, even though Coach Nick, please.
Oh, well, no.
Oh, not yet, at least. I don't know, that team,
I feel you, because
you have, so it's Serge, Kyle Lowry, and DeRozan all signed 3-year deals, right?
Yes.
3 years?
I think, no, DeRozan signed longer,
4 or
but
5.
I think this is in the 2nd year of his deal now. 5 years.
5 years, right?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years. But that was last season, or was it
last season, like the beginning of 2016, 17.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, Kyle Lowry just going downhill from here. I feel like
he kind of has, but I think is kind of in the nest. It's both that he has not produced in the beginning of the season, and he's also molding into the offensive scheme, because the Raptors are playing, you know, a more free-flowing style of offense now. So even DeRozan's numbers have gone down in terms of scoring.
I feel like for them to go over the hump, they need another superstar. That's just my opinion.
You know, you're right in a sense. Can DeRozan become that superstar is the real question.
He hasn't showed.
He's showing flashes.
He hasn't shown like, because Brooklyn, no. It was Cavs. They won 2 games when they won 4-2. It was like 2-2 at one point, right?
Yeah.
And then last year got swept. So
I'll never forget when Kristen will always bring this play up where Kyrie was pointing up to lob it to LeBron and just like, oh Jesus, here we go again. I'll never forget. I think it's because LeBron leaned down in 2015, so it looked like he and Carroll were really like, not like they were the same body type, but they were like comparable.
Like he can hold him,
exactly.
You know?
I looked at Carroll last year, I was like, this man looks like a stick compared to LeBron.
Yeah.
This man go drive baseline, hard dunk, and then just man skiing. I'm just like, Jesus, here we go.
They lost a little edge too that team last year because they lost Bismack. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And Bismack was like, he fit that team pretty well.
He was becoming a legend, man. He's becoming like the next Mutombo.
He fit that team great. And losing to Orlando, all for money, right?
Yeah, well, hey man, get
He's
that
gonna
money.
get paid.
Exactly. I mean, could the Raptors have offered? Could they have offered Biombo some money compared to?
You basically gave up Biombo for Serge, and Serge isn't.
Essentially.
Serge isn't like.
Ibaka's fine. He's not. Well, yeah, he's not the same. He's not OKC like defensively. I mean, I think the thing is with Ibaka, he's shown flashes of what he once was, and even shown great stuff of what he is now, being a great shooter. You know, well, great maybe a stretch, but being a good shooter and great cognitive. Solid. Yeah, there's good. Listen, I'm not dissing you, Ibaka. Don't send anyone after me. All right. You're on the Raptors. I'm a fan. All right. I was a fan since OKC. Listen. You mean Ibaka? Yeah, he's not. Well, I mean Matt Devlin calls him that from time to time.
I'll show you Matt Devlin cards.
The Raptors, commentators. You know Matt Devlin, man?
I only have 9
Matt Devlin, Leo Routins, Jack Armstrong.
I know Leo and Jack.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on, Matt is the other guy that's basically calling all the calls.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Come on, man.
He's
He's literally carrying them, you know?
I really don't. I don't really think
Here with the Raptors, it's gonna come down to their bench. And them being solid contributors every night. Defensively and offensively. If they can't play defense, oh Lord.
Who's leading that second unit? No? There's no one starting.
Well, who's starting the Raptors?
So Kyle,
It's Larry, DeRozan, Ibaka, JV, and Anunoby.
Okay, so Norman Powell is leading that second unit.
I don't know if he's leading it, but if I don't even think he gets that many minutes now.
Norman Powell.
Yeah, he's kind of inconsistent, which is kind of the same. People what they want. No, shout out to Jalen and Jacoby again. Don't sue me. I'm just these are just jokes, okay? I'm just talking my stuff.
They're on ESPN. It's pretty
exactly. I already called out Skip Bayless and Rob Parker.
They're all biased though.
No, of course, you know. Gotta shout out Colin Coward. You know, this man does this thing too. You know, Doug Gottlieb's son.
What's his name? Nick Wright.
Who?
Nick Wright.
Yeah, Nick Wright. I already shouted him out as him and Shannon Sharp being, you know, great LeBron supporters. You know what I'm saying?
Can't stand that guy.
Oh, come on, Nick Wright's not bad.
Nick Wright?
I mean, he's like, okay, he's really.
They call him a bronze sexual.
Yeah, it's true. But they say the same thing about Shannon Sharp, though.
Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think the thing is, Shannon Sharp maybe actually a little more tolerable. I think he's funnier. He's definitely a lot more entertaining. Nick Wright, it sounds like. He has his moments. Yeah, I like him as a commentator. Watch First Thing First, you know, with him and Chris Carter again. Another shout out. I don't know why I'm shouting all these people. Already got their money, so I'm just doing this. I don't know why.
I don't think he's making money off this.
Exactly. He's like Fox.
Free promotion.
Exactly.
We need to work on you getting some sponsors out here, man.
Yo, probably, man. I don't know who's gonna sponsor.
We need some SeatGeek sponsors.
SeatGeek, hey man,
If you're listening, sponsored by SeatGeek, they get $20 off. They have a promo code.
By the way, again, SeatGeek, don't sue me. I haven't done anything yet. I mean, if you want to sponsor me, hey, I'm up for it. We're just making comments about what they do with the other YouTubers, okay? Free publicity, and they say any publicity is good publicity. So, I mean, so that's all I'm saying. Finals prediction. Okay, well, what's the same? We didn't be able to heard.
Same as last year.
What?
Cavs Warriors.
Cavs Warriors. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. What do you who's gonna win? Well, I kind of already know the answer, but like
I already know the answer.
expand upon it. Yeah, for you.
It's still Warriors, though.
It's still a Warriors. Okay.
Still Warriors.
So how many games?
I'll say 5 or 6.
Okay, that's reasonable.
I don't think they'll sweep them. I mean, I'd want them to, but 5, 6.
Yeah.
I'm leaning more 6 though, but
Yeah.
more. I don't know. Did Cleveland get better from last year?
They did. I think if Isaiah Thomas returns to form, then definitely.
Right, because you're filling in the Kyrie piece.
Exactly.
But like,
You also have Jay Crowder. You also have Jeff Green. I think they will be fundamental if they actually play properly.
because what happened last year was Clay was on Kyrie,
Yep.
and Kyrie didn't shine like he usually does.
Yeah, he didn't have as great moments.
Like he averaged like maybe like 20, I think, something like that. I think.
I have to go back and check the stats.
I think between 18 and 23 is what he averaged, something like that. But Clay, like, that was his main job. Now you have Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
But you have more bodies to go
Exactly.
against him because height does matter. In this
Exactly. And of course with D-Wade being the championship, tested veteran.
Yeah.
And, he may not be as explosive as he once was, but he still provides leadership, being essentially the point guard off the bench. He's like the sixth man,
Yeah. I mean, it's not bench. Osman was his name.
Yes, Chetty Osman. Well, Tristan Thompson relegated to the bench.
Tristan Thompson, yeah.
Well, he's a Kardashian now. I mean,
So,
Pretty much.
assuming Isaiah's 100% good for playoffs,
Yep.
so you'll have him, JR,
Yep. JR.
LeBron, who's your power forward?
Crowder.
Crowder, and then Kevin Love.
Love at the 5.
And then your bench, your first guy is D-Wade,
Yep.
Jose Calderon,
Jose Calderon,
and
yeah.
then you have Jeff Green,
Yep.
and then you have Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson. I think you also have, Channing Frye within the moments. Kyle Korver, of course.
Kyle Korver.
So they do have playable players. They could
They have
go
good
about.
space. They have good spacing,
Yes.
except D-Wade, of course. but-
The thing about it is what's sad is that you'd want Derrick Rose to play, but I don't think he fits, man.
I totally neglected that guy. I totally forgot he's still on that team.
Like, he's there, but it's just like, do you play him? Because you have to play him in specific moments and with specific lineups.
He's like a Scalabrine right now.
No, like he'll play in the playoffs. Like I think D-Wade.
Hey, don't disrespect the GOAT Brian Scalabrine, okay?
The White Mamba?
I think D-Rose is playing
Yeah.
in the playoffs. I don't know about the finals though.
We'll see. Maybe if he can play a little defense, maybe.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about the Cavs. The one thing the Cavs have to do is play some damn defense.
Yeah.
They really have to. Otherwise, the Warriors will blow them out
They'll get
every game.
110 to 120 points a game.
Facts. I can't dispute that.
Even in the finals, like
I can't dispute that.
the only because like right now the only way to beat them is outscore them.
Yeah. And if you're going to get a shooting match versus the Warriors, except, well, we saw him.
You
1 out
better
of 5 games.
You better hope for an off night.
Exactly. 1 out of 5 games.
Do you admit that game though was a game 4?
Game 4.
Was that bad?
That was good Cavs and bad Warriors.
Like officiating it wise.
Ah,
They scored
I don't know
70 in
about
the
that.
first half.
80.
80 points.
So, how's that bad officiating? What did they do?
What was the free throw count in the first half?
I don't even know, man. I have to go back and check the stats.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cavs having advantages. They're in the West, of course, and the Warriors have to go against the West to get to the finals.
Exactly.
Which I think they'll still go, but it won't be like last year, like smooth sailing.
No, not at
Because
all.
they had Portland, they had Utah first with Kawhi. out.
Without Kawhi, exactly.
So it was sweep,
Sweep.
yeah, sweep. They lost the one game in the
In
finals.
the finals, exactly. They could have legitimately gone 16-0.
Jeez.
Having a glorious day for Warriors fan, but hey, they're always going to show you. LeBron's going to be there for you guys every time.
Oh, he's gonna average triple double again. He might average 40. Yeah, average 30 last time. 30.
30 like
30, 10, 10 was his like
essentially.
but I think he's gonna go for like 40, 15, and like some loss.
Exactly.
He has to go off.
Of course.
But
Finals.
what's your prediction?
Maybe I'm being influenced too much by Kristen. But
In the Spurs.
No, not the Spurs. Oh, hell no. Oh,
I don't see
forget
the
that.
Spurs
Oh,
coming in.
Jesus.
I think that he's completely off on that one.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's completely off,
like
but
somewhat
listen,
off.
I'm not going to question Kristen's basketball knowledge because it might just come back to bite me. So, but if I'm being honest,
If you're being
it's
honest,
going to be the Warriors. Come on, like
if you're gonna be like pretty reasonable, like let's
Like just coming out of the West or winning the finals?
coming out the West, the Warriors definitely.
winning.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I think Cavs in. I'm gonna say Cavs in 6.
6?
Because here's my thing. LeBron in a Game 7 is always going to be great, but I don't want to have to see him go through that again, like in 2016.
Yeah.
Because Cavs have a deeper roster now, they should be able to compete better with the Warriors and should be able to put up a better fight. I see the series each time, but Cavs will have that one game 5 in the Warriors, where they'll back of the Warriors arena, because we assume they're gonna have the first seed. They'll take game 5 and then they should be able to close out at home in game 6. Now, unlikely, but actually I shouldn't say it's unlikely, because here's the thing: if Cavs can get home court advantage, that's another type of thing altogether. Because it'll definitely inspire those bench players to play better. Because that's what they need. The Cavs bench has to show up. That's the one thing. The Warriors bench, because of the system of the Warriors, they can play better. You know, they play up to the competition better. But the Cavs bench really relies on both, I guess the emotions of the crowd and, what can I say, LeBron. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm going to say Cavs in 6.
Cavs. Starters go that the Warriors just annihilate the starters. It's my take. Now I see how like between Cavs and like Warriors matchup. I still think they doesn't play that well defense.
No, they don't.
As they should.
They should. They need. I'm saying it right now. If Cavs are bad defensively in the finals, it's a wrap. But Warriors are winning that.
Yeah.
Easily. They might sweep them. I'm serious.
And then the bench though.
I mean, how do you really feel about the Warriors bench?
The Warriors bench?
Yes.
I love it.
like I see.
I love it.
Or were you hesitating because of the Cavs bench?
No, I'm thinking how they clash together.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Petrucci is gonna start at the 5 or Jordan Bell. And Jordan Bell is only a rookie.
Yeah.
And he's already like showing glimpses of how he can play the small ball but be a great
Exactly. Yeah. I think Petrucci should still start.
I think Petrucci starts still. But then you think about the Warriors bench, you have Sean Livingston coming off.
Yep.
AD.
Yep.
Patrick McCall.
Yep.
D West and Jordan Bell.
Yeah, those are solid.
Like that's
Nick Young.
The thing is though,
Nick Young.
Nick Young too, only Caspi.
Yeah.
I think that
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee might get traded.
Again, don't get at me, JaVale. It's just jokes, okay? I'm
He
definitely
might get
not
traded
that.
though. He might get traded.
Oh, you think so?
He might get rid of him.
All right.
Cause if you think about it, they're like a little like they have too many players with the center at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, Gaza, JaVale, KD can play too, but
It's small ball set. It's small ball.
But
Draymond would normally play center, even in small ball.
Even yeah. It'd be so JaVale, Jordan Bell, Zaza, Kevon Looney.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And they have like what's that saying? The Draymond can play too, right?
Exactly.
They will like there's too many positions, but what he provides is what energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play in the finals though.
Who are you talking about? Sorry.
JaVale.
Oh yeah. No, he didn't play too
He
much.
didn't play in the finals at all.
I mean, he got dunked on by LeBron. So
Yeah. Wait, he didn't.
Yeah.
That part,
Because this is like KD kind of got out the way and just like, oh.
My thing is, if like the Warriors bench could compete against a whole lot of starters in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I think they match up well against the Cavs bench.
Yes.
Because Cavs bench doesn't play defense anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cavs
Cavs
bench
in
is.
general doesn't play defense. So to me, Cavs they have to up the defense, otherwise it's over.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're first right now. Okay, I'll give you the seeds again in the
Celtics.
East.
I love how you said that so much.
Celtics, Cavs. I think Cavs.
Celtics, Raptors,
Cavs. And then
Detroit.
Is Washington
Washington's 5.
top 5? Okay.
6 is. Let's go back. 6 is Milwaukee. 7 is Miami, and 8 is Indy.
Okay.
New York and Philly are basically right off the playoffs, 9 and 10.
I'd like to see New York in the playoffs.
I like to see them too, but the thing is, Indy's tough, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Indy's really good. The Home Depot showed up. What is it? Someone gave a joke on YouTube. It's a Home Depot. That's the name of it. It hasn't changed Banker's life.
Depot?
Banker's Life's Fieldhouse is Home Depot, man.
I didn't expect that though.
Me neither.
I don't think a lot of people saw that coming.
No. Not at all.
Oh.
And he can sing too.
Yeah.
You guys heard the song Unfollow?
Yeah.
That's a dope song.
So like, it's the Westbrook curse, I guess.
Unfollow right now.
Yeah.
You know what I sing?
Do you like his
the
other
Westbrook
one?
curse.
Dang, son. Yeah, what? Say again?
His other song.
What is it called? I think it's a Song for You or something like that.
Song for You, yeah. That's the one.
Excellent. Yo, this man's making. Someone says the NBA's version of Akon. So.
NBA Akon?
Yes.
Okay.
Detroit. I think they're gonna.
Oh no.
They're falling way.
I don't know if the 7th, 8th seed.
7, 8 seed. You mean Philadelphia?
No, Detroit.
Detroit. In order for I only see. In order for one of these teams, either Philly or New York, to make it, one of these guys have to fall out. I think Detroit's the one to fall out. Because Miami, I think they're going to get their rhythm back.
I think, like, after last year, after that All-Star break, they went like on a tear. I don't know how many games they lost, but it was
like 30. They went 12 and 30 the first
half.
First half, and then 30 and 12 the rest.
Yeah,
they basically flipped it around.
They went off.
Mm.
But yeah.
No, sorry, it's 11 and 30 because it makes sense for 82 games.
Yeah.
And 30 and 11.
Right.
I don't see. I say Cleveland will get the top spot. I think they'll get it. I think so. That could be more influenced by Kristen. But
Boston didn't. So for me, Boston is not gonna win at all in the finals or whatever, or make that. But
I need your.
They're a good regular season team.
Yes.
So I mean, I give them the first seed.
Yes.
I still give them the first seed.
That's fair. I think you can interchange any one of these teams, any one of these first 4 teams. I mean, except Detroit. I think Washington will take the 4th spot easily.
Cleveland at the first seed.
Yeah, it is tough.
With Celtics, how they're playing.
The Celtics, they haven't played the greatest.
No, but what they're doing, they're taking care of business against the weak teams.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, agree on the order.
Yeah.
First 4 teams, definitely Cleveland, Toronto, Boston, Washington.
It's like every year.
Yeah, essentially every year.
Until Giannis can shoot.
That's true.
They're still not top. Whatever.
Exactly. Until Milwaukee and Philadelphia start to really hit their strides, those guys will be the top 4 seeds.
100%.
I think
Until LeBron leaves, actually.
What happened?
Unless LeBron leaves.
Exactly. If LeBron leaves, then the whole dynamic of the East changes.
15th seed.
Exactly. We'll see what happens with Boston once they get Hayward back, even if they will keep Hayward, because there's rumors that they may trade him for Anthony Davis, you know?
Oh, wow.
There's rumors. I don't know if they're actually going to come to fruition, but yeah.
I mean, could happen. Never know.
Exactly. Milwaukee, Miami, Indiana will stay. I think Detroit's going to fall out. Philadelphia will come in. I'll give it to Philadelphia. I think I love to, like you said, I love to see New York as well.
Oh man,
it would be so wonderful to see Porzingis in the playoffs. It'd be great.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Exactly. Even Jared Jackson.
Michael Beasley. Man.
Michael Beasley's actually the GOAT. Let's be honest.
Your favorite play.
Oh yeah, I saw the Snapchat. I was so deep in that.
I'm your favorite player. Right?
Oh yeah.
I think that makes sense. Right?
And then also, how many percentage of the brain that you use?
Oh yeah, I think he was just flirting.
Huh?
I think he was just flirting.
He probably was. Or he was high. Or
like,
both.
I mean, when you think about it, like you're just like, kind of like for a second, you like kind of make a point for like a second.
Like I said.
What?
You know, those are just high thoughts.
Oh yeah.
That's a failed test.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're like the person who said that you only use 10% of your brain must have been able to access more than 10% of his brain. That was the argument.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, that was the argument.
Yeah. West standings. So right now, Golden State, Houston, San Antonio,
Yeah.
Minnesota, OKC, Portland, Denver, New Orleans.
I think Portland will always be there.
Yeah, I think Portland will stay. I don't like it. I mean, I don't hate Portland, but I'm kind of just
Are they
sick of seeing them.
contenders? No.
No, they're just there.
It's just like,
Shout out Lillard and McCollum, but there's always going to be the back and forth. Oh, who's the best backcourt in the NBA? Obviously, Curry and Thompson.
I don't think McCollum is on that.
McCollum and Lillard, I mean, they always want to put them there as in, like, yeah, because they're scoring, but they don't do that too much else than that. I mean, I think Lowry and DeRozan definitely deserve to be there in that conversation.
DeRozan a backcourt better than, I'll say they're better than Lillard and McCollum.
McCollum, yeah, I'll give them that because they do a lot more for I mean, Lillard and McCollum also carry the team, but the thing is, Toronto's definitely a lot more successful.
Yeah.
You know, so we can definitely give that. Well, Wall and Beal, we got to give them some respect, but as long as they stop talking trash and actually playing games properly, then we can. You got to put Harden and Paul in there now that they played together.
I didn't know. I didn't think that would work.
And I wasn't too sure about it either. That's why I had them at 4th initially when I predicted.
Really?
Yeah, when I did my initial predictions. My initial predictions, I predicted Golden State, and here we go, OKC. I thought OKC would be the second best team in the West.
I didn't.
I thought it was going to work, man. But they struggled out the gate, man.
I predicted them fourth seed.
I'll give them 4th now,
That was my prediction, because I thought it'd be Warriors, Houston, San Antonio, and then OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how that team, how that team is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they got some problems.
Yeah, no, OKC has problems, but I think they're figuring it out. I think what we're going to see is the maturity of Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Because he's starting to recognize...
You're not the guy no more.
Exactly. Starting to recognize his role. Oh yeah, so going back to the story, when Philadelphia and OKC were playing, when Embiid and Melo were kind of squaring off at each other, you know, Embiid was like, and one, and he was up in the face, and Melo was like, I'm not the one. Like, he's looking at Embiid's like, don't do that, man, I'm not the one. And I saw a comment on YouTube, it's like, yeah, everyone is like, we know you're not the one, Melo. So does Denver, New York.
Say word, he said.
The Thunder. I was like, wait a minute.
Come on, Melo, Denver, just pay your respect. Like,
yeah, you gotta pay your respect.
He's amazing.
And here's the thing, Melo's gonna be a Hall of Famer regardless of whether you like it or not. Because he scored 10,000 points in 2 different franchises. Like, who else can say they do that, you know?
What?
Exactly. So...
No ring till the night.
What happened?
No rings.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? No one really makes fun of him about the ring jokes.
Yeah,
like how
they used to.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it goes straight to voicemail because...
Oh, yeah, well, LeBron, they clown heavily because they expect a lot more from LeBron.
LeBron's way better, obviously.
Yeah, of course. There's no question. I didn't think Carmelo Anthony got some of that pressure because he was in the same class as LeBron. He was taken 3rd. Should have been taken 2nd, but Detroit had to take Darko. Oh, Lord. They could have gotten a dynasty right there, Detroit. Again,
What do you think OKC's biggest problem is?
scoring. Right? Yeah, scoring into their offense. Their offense has to be efficient, and it needs to be free-flowing. Westbrook has to lead that charge. And as much as you can say, you know, you talk about the Westbrook curse or whatever, but if Westbrook does what he does and everyone follows suit, as long as Westbrook is not, he goes at his speed, he does his own thing, but he's not selfish, and everyone kind of fits around him, I think it'll work. Because Westbrook definitely, the thing is, there's no excuse for Westbrook now. He has better pieces around him. There's no question. You can say the bench may be suspect, yes. Kind of. I mean...
You got Patrick Patterson and Alex Abrinas is your... Or Jeremy Grant.
No, Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant?
Yeah. Jeremy is in Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yes.
Okay.
Chicago. We'll table that conversation because
That bench...
the bench is kind of trash.
It's
but
terrible.
it's not okay. On paper, they shouldn't be that bad.
Oh no, because you have a good starting 5.
Exactly. You have a good starting 5, and even the bench is not bad. Raymond Felton is solid. You know, well, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what he did in the summer.
I mean, it's true. But Felton is solid. Abrinas has shown flashes. He's shown good stuff. You know, Jeremy Grant, he definitely has a lot of energy. Patrick Patterson, well, he showed stuff in Toronto, and he also didn't show stuff in Toronto. Like Jack Armstrong would say, "Where you been?" Because he can't find him.
He's okay stretch 5.
He's stretch 5, stretch 4, man. Defensively, they're good. They're top 5, top 3 in defense, but without that, without scoring, you notice most of their games, the low scoring affairs between both teams, because OKC is holding them down defensively, but OKC can't score because they're inefficient. There's one time, I think the 3 of them, Westbrook, I think it was versus Indiana. Westbrook, George, Melo shot 10 of 45 combined. 10 of 45 combined. That's bad. Like I don't even know how. I don't think the words to explain how bad that is.
What acid? That's his team, right? Mm-hmm. He's not gonna give up. He's not gonna give up. So you gotta work around that.
Yeah.
You make like Westbrook like the dominant, and then put Melo in the corner or something. Let him spot up because his post game is quite lacking.
It's getting there. It's declining.
But like if you give Paul George like the ball as well, like to create, I think you do find that. Like,
yeah.
Just Melo's not close enough. Like when they post up, it's so their offense is like so terrible.
Exactly.
It's like it's not New York anymore.
Exactly, and he's not the same now as he used to be in Denver or New York. You know.
And with that, in that system, like I don't think they can do that. Like they won't survive.
Exactly. Like here's the thing, if you run an offense, like run some motion before and then get him in a mismatch or something like that, that's fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that. But don't just feed him the ball right away and then dribble, ISO.
The thing is, there's no like off-ball movement after that.
No, exactly. And Westbrook is worse for that because you see, even like Wade at 36 years old, when he comes off the ball with LeBron, he's cutting. He's going to the basket. He's making moves around the court. Westbrook gives up the ball. He's literally standing in the way. Or maybe not even in the way, but he stands outside the play.
He's the most useless player without the ball.
He really is, though.
As a superstar?
It's true.
He's the most useless person without the ball.
Steph Curry moves great without the ball.
I don't think he stops. Like,
exactly. He crossed Kawhi Leonard out by being off ball.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's it, bro. It's all good.
I know where it's...
We're filming, bro. Yeah, we're talking basketball, bro. You want to get in there? You got to come get in there, man.
Basketball thoughts.
I say, yeah, but
What's your team this year, dude?
my team is Cavs.
Hey.
Okay,
Same, yeah.
My name is Thompson.
Yes.
Ian.
Nice to
Nice
meet you.
to meet you, bro. Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's cold out there, man.
Yeah, it is cold out there. Yeah.
House prediction.
It's gonna be the same thing again. GSW in Cleveland again, dude.
Yes, nice.
Or I'm looking for Celtics in Cleveland.
Celtics in Cleveland?
Yeah.
You mean in the
Like in
conference
the
finals?
finals? Yeah, finals.
Well, not the NBA finals, the conference finals.
At a conference?
Yeah, because Celtics are both Cavs and Celtics are East.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what, do you like the Celtics?
Well, because Kyrie's there, man.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. They don't have Cleveland because LeBron is there, man.
My top 5.
The NBA finals this year.
I'm gonna stick with Cleveland.
Cleveland? Okay.
Yeah.
How many games?
I think they can make it like 4 games in a row.
What? You think they can sweep?
Yeah, they're gonna like GSW again. They're gonna sweep it like 4 games in a row, man.
Whoa! I mean, if Golden State didn't sweep. I mean, wow. Now, why do you think they're gonna sweep? We need their reason.
Good reasoning to that.
Well, you know, they got fucking. What do they got now? Oh shit, they got D-Rose. The U1 and
D-Rose ain't playing. Hold on. D-Rose is name.
Oh yeah, he's out now. He's out.
He's out.
Who was the other guy that got drafted?
I drafted?
Yeah, drafted.
Or
traded for? Or got traded.
Got traded, yeah.
Because they got Isaiah Thomas. They have, they have Kevin Love.
I'm not that updated anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's wearing a Bulls jersey. He always used to say D-Rose in 2011 and won the MVP.
You always get fucking injured.
He's good.
You're gonna pass. It's fresh.
He's looking and say, yeah, I respect it. D-Rose is a great player in the past. So, LeBron put him into submission like the rest of the East. But the rest of the East is normal. So
No, you know what's funny?
What's this? What are you
we're
gonna
doing. I'm planning to start some YouTube videos for.
Always vlog, yeah.
He has good takes.
Yes. People appreciated my takes on Snapchat, so I'm gonna take it to a bigger audience, bigger platform. You know what I'm saying?
They're able to watch it.
Taking this global.
You don't like the Warriors. Oh wow.
You know what? That's a. Let me not say it. I'm gonna sound racist if I say it. I say that a lot of Filipinos are Golden State bandwagon fans. So you know.
That's right.
They can't name you 12 as in they can't name you the bench left.
You know, facts.
Can't name me the bench on that.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, funniest picture ever. It was a Golden State Warriors, what was it? It was a Golden State Warriors logo and it said Cleveland Cavs.
Are you
It
serious?
was a logo, yes.
No way.
In the Philippines. I'm just like, oh, Lord. Is this the extent of the bandwagoners? They're like,
To be honest, they're the first like trend hoppers, you know.
yeah,
Besides America, they're the first ones on that.
yeah, exactly.
Like Cleveland, that was crazy. No, not Cleveland, Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Miami was crazy.
Yeah. It is mostly, you know, a lot of, you know, LeBron fans that kind of left with the Cleveland, even though a lot of angry Cleveland
A lot of
fans,
Filipino
but-
bandwagoners. Like,
There's a lot of bad.
been taken care of. Got their hairline cleaned up. I guess we can continue talking about basketball. This right here is Ian. He's the Cavs fan.
Cavs fan. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got two Cavs fan versus the Warriors fan. You know,
But I'm wearing Bulls jacket though.
he's wearing a Bulls jacket. Okay.
Represent D-Rose.
Exactly. D Rose is back in his days, MVP days. I gotta take it. We get this ended there. Cause I think we exhausted the basketball topics today. So, well, that's my video.
That's the video.
That's the video.
Nice.
I don't know.
Now you gotta edit it.
Yes. That's actually my video. That's the haircut. Again, hit him up on the IG.
Peace out.
Dean Fresh Cuts. I think I've shouted out quite a few people already. Again, shout out to all my Snapchat viewers.
Follow Ian on Instagram.
what's your Instagram handle?
It's Supreme_Ian.
As for me, Thompson Robert Jr. Just at my YouTube channel. You can hit me up on IG. You can hit me up on Twitter. You know, same
Find him
handles.
on there.
Yeah, find me out there.
Watch the music videos.
Yeah, watch some of my music videos. My
His raps.
my hashtag
Like,
family
he
sessions. Well, I don't really freestyle very well. I write raps, so it's more like poetry, I guess, instead of like straight freestyles. Because Lord knows, thinking off the top is hard for me. But if you give me a chance to write it down, I'll definitely got it. Shout out to all my Snapchat people, all the people on Snapchat who have viewed my stories and encouraged me. Shout out to them all for also encouraging me to do this idea as well. Again, shout out Derek and Dylan for encouraging me to do this. Hopefully, you know, I get. Hopefully, you know, things can go off from here. We can jump off and we can have a lot of fun in this channel. Talk a lot about basketball. Send me your opinions. You know, hey, Dylan, come out here and show them the camera. Show them your work. You know.
Yeah. This is what we're rocking with right now. Got the Canon Rebel T3i.
Exactly. Also, shout out Audrey. You know, she does YouTube videos as well. You know, I've been supporting her channel. You know, Audrey French. She does makeup stuff, vlogs, travel vlogs. You know. Everything, man. Talking about some deep stuff. I gotta shout her out, man. You know, because I've supported her, and you know she's doing very well. She's doing big things out here. You know, I gotta, I have to use my platform too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to squads.
Shout out the squad, yeah. Shout out my G-Road family out there. You know,
Frank. Buddy Frank.
yeah. Shout out to Frank. You know, he's doing this thing out here.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, it's New Year.
Yeah.
That's why
Derek,
this guy's getting a fresh cut for the New Year.
of course, man. All right, Derek, you want to shout anybody out?
Steph Curry.
Derek, don't stop it. No.
shout out 2018 Warriors champions.
Yo, you just stop. Get out of here. Nah.
Cut.
It's truth, yeah.
Does it shoot what, three times?
No.
You can't even make it a 3-peat. So get out of here.
It's gonna be 3-1.
Cleveland is gonna win this year, bitches.
3-1's get the Cavs.
So 3-1, but you know the.
Take that in consideration.
Okay. Just like the 3-1 lead. Okay.
3-1.
We'll never forget though. We'll never forget.
Okay.
You guys have to make us forget.
It's okay.
You guys gotta make us forget.
Don't forget it.
No, yeah, I won't forget it. I mean, we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually say, you know, I'm just doing me out here, you know what I'm
this
saying?
guy's just doing him, you know?
Nice.
Capture the moment.
Okay, exactly. Capture the moment, you know. All positive 2018, you know what I'm saying? I guess it'd be fitting to end the video with a positive message, you know.
Pretty much.
As 2018, the new year enters, you know. Me, I'm not a believer in like the new year change just because the day on the calendar changes doesn't mean everything changes. Yeah, new year, new me. I mean, I get that with some of the slogans, but I know at the end of the day,
I make fun of it, to be honest.
exactly.
I just
Shut your
joke around.
bitch ass.
One thing I will say, I think I've seen, and even the reason why I'm doing this video, you know, I've been encouraged by my friends to do it, and you know, also finding my lane and finding, you know, things that I enjoy to do.
Yeah. I told him about it, man. I told him like, you know, you should make this video. Start. You know, you got the like.
I got the takes,
you got
the charisma. Yeah, man.
Passion, you know.
Of course, and that's the thing, you know, do things that you're passionate about, you know, enjoy your life.
These are the things you like, right?
Exactly. I love basketball. This is why I do it. I don't do it for ratings. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for anything like that. I mean, of course, I love it if you guys would like it. That's the preference. But at the end of the day, you know, I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I enjoy sports. You know, I might even throw in a little NFL here. Not like I really know much about it, but really, it's just because I love basketball. I want to, you know, promote content about it. I like to talk about it. When it comes to this new year, you know, do things that you enjoy. You know, love your life. Don't worry too much about what other people say or do. I mean, people are always gonna talk. You know, do things exactly. Do what makes you happy. You know, and I think that's the vibes that everyone has learned from 2017 with the growth and experiences. I feel like everyone's kind of like on the similar vibe now to what 2018. But then, if you make mistakes, so be it. You know, things happen. You know, nothing's gonna be perfect.
So.
Yeah, you're not gonna be perfect in 2018. It just means that you're going to do your best to aim toward your goals and the things you love to do. So, yeah, I guess that's it. With that said, I'll see you later. It's Tom signing out.